Come, please.
Me too.
Okay, we are 9 minutes late. Okay, so now we finished the seven prayers and everything. So number 10 now. Now it's extra important things. We have to go to explain. So read number 10, please.
This oceanic virtue of the two accumulations is mixed with a bad accumulation, attachment to ignorant selfhood that arises. Once we have attained the stable power of mindful alertness, never again will we be the slaves of our ignorant vices.
So, whenever we doing whatever merit practice, but I think it's very important that people always remind yourself, if you not practice in sadhana or something, you think, still is you have to think of this can be practice in dharma. Whatever you do in work, you always check your motivation, and then can be dharma, your job, anything. Because what makes dharma is your motivation and the mindfulness. Distance makes dharma. But if your motivation and distance is wrong, even you look to do in dharma, it's not dharma. So that's why important. So from this, whatever you do in the dharma, let's say if you're doing some washing dishes or washing clothes or anything, you have to think of, is the dharma is motivated by something virtues? Then yes, then yes. Then you remember this dharma, I dedicate not alone, but more integrate with the true accumulations of oceans of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, everybody did. You mix already, you always be together. So if that happens or not happens, you have to always the remind and the attachment and all these things. Whatever I do, mixing with attachment, selfishness, all these things, or I'm doing something virtuous. So always this mindfulness and if you develop this mindfulness, then you never become slave of the afflictions. So in our mind, you know, some kind of desire or there's nothing wrong. We have to understand. Is the problem is am I slave for this? Am I slave for my attachment, desire, anger? Yes or no? That's important. Not important. Do I have them? You accept. You have that's okay. Do you sleep on this? Are you slave or are you boss? Are you boss of your anger or you are slave of your boss? Your anger. We just have to understand that. Okay? Yeah. 11.
all the vast activity carried out by the Buddhist children, we undertake with irreversible faith and reverence. When we, like them, are clearing away the anguish of sentient beings, may our resolute courage too be more steadfast than a mountain.
So what we need is always, we need courage, you know. So how you have the courage is always, do you love Buddha and Bodhisattvas? Do you like the incredible, you know, the motivation and you know, the determination? If yes, then perfect, going to be perfect. That's why you always have belief and faith on this, and you always have aspiration, unstoppable aspiration. So then sometimes therefore, so no matter the world how bad, you know, nowadays people say, oh, the world is so bad now, and the sickness, COVID, the war, the third war start very soon, blah, blah, blah. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We have to have that courage in our heart. If we practice real Dharma. So that's why we need this courage. This is the number one focus. You don't care what is happening. I never give up anyway. You know, it's not my courage and inspiration. It's something not dependent on subject. It's not dependent on something what happening. So if we are dependent on something or subject, oh, this happening, oh, then not possible, you know, that means we already limited. It's not Bodhisattva practice anymore. So that we have to understand. So that's why the courage you have to be like a mountain. So we have the courage, then can do anything. Okay. Number 12.
From now on, with our minds filled with immaculate virtue, transforming the five poisons power into virtuous medicine, through knowing how to practice the excellent Moksha path, the intrinsic radiance of the five wisdoms manifests.
Yeah. So here the Tantrayana, the whole Tantrayana path, I explain only in one verse. Okay. So that you have to understand. Because when you focus on the essence, then one verse is enough. When you lost the details, then 10 books not enough. So the essence, so the pure merits or pure virtues in our mind, not dirty one, which means you are connected with Buddha nature. Dirty or not dirty, powerful or not powerful, is dependent how much you connected with Buddha nature. Okay. So if yes, then huge treasure of the virtues. So all the consider usually in the Sutrayana, the 5 poisons is not 5 poisons anymore. It's 5 medicines. 5 medicines. That is the Tantrayana, real Tantrayana essence. So why? Because you know this, the ultimate 5 poisons, you can call great 5 poisons, or you can call 5 medicines. It doesn't matter what you call it, it's same, equal for ultimate level. At the relative level, you will see medicines or the poisons, the opposite. But in optimal level, 5 persons or 5 medicine equal. But to understand the relative level, you have to say 5 great persons, or you can say the supreme persons. You have to say something like that. Otherwise, you have to say 5 wisdoms, 5 primordial wisdoms. You can say that. Okay. So then you can draw that. So okay, this one maybe I have to explain a little bit how happens possible. So I think the easier condition. So the most easier you born Shambhala. Then it's very easy. Okay, connect with Buddha nature. Okay, forget about that for a moment. Then what is the second easiest? If there is a culture, Tantrayana culture, 100%, you born that place, then it's easier. What means? Naturally, everybody love the culture. If there's a culture, everybody love each other. And the culture, no respect anybody. I'm great pressure on them. And everybody close. Especially the spiritual teacher and spiritual Dharma brothers and sisters, they have really love each other. They are love more than biological brother, sister, brother, parents. They love even more. If there was that culture, definitely easier. You have physical yoga, mind yoga, everything perfect. That's definitely easier. But that we don't have, unfortunately. Not anymore. So the third, I think we have to understand the Vajrayana way is exception way. It's not common way. Is something maybe not very suitable for normal people's expectation. Maybe they go cult or anything, but don't care what they call. If you have a backbone, I know this is my real path, you know. I know this is my good, real relationship, genuine relationship. People have understand this. And you nothing the value like a material way and the normal social way. The value is totally different. The value changes, then easier. That's as a third best. That can be anytime, anybody can try. But most easiest and the least best we have to understand the Tantrayana maybe not work exactly in the past way. So in the past, the world lived very separately. Even the short distance, they don't know each other. So everything private. That time, Tantrayana is very easy to be secret. Right? And also, people don't have huge knowledge we have now. People are honest, very easy to convince. And also people are much more appreciative. So that time, secret way, I teach you a little bit, and then I teach you next. You have no doubt, you 100% believe, and so that's why it works. But nowadays, impossible. The set of our mind totally different, okay? So in this case, not everything secret. I don't think it works because no more explain is better than secret. Because you can't keep anything secret. Even somebody keeps secret, the other people show it. No, you have everything on the internet, everything, anywhere, market, everywhere. You can't see anything. So better to explain. Try understand the profundity, even intellectually. That's not best, but I think a little bit better. So we see how many options we have. We are in a hard part. But we have to have courage to make understand for everybody, each other. Because if you can help this one, is that huge help. It's not something you help other things. It's huge help. Okay? But we always have to remember the best is love. Doesn't matter when you say faith, devotion, it means the best on love. Devotion means based on love. Faith means this based on love. When you have genuine love, then you have everything. This. Not the illusion or selfish, possessive love, okay? Not that. That one is just temporary. Lowly. Temporary lowly. So it helped my throat temporarily a few minutes. But if we understand this sense, then maybe we have some hope, some direction. Okay, so that if this prayer is a reminder for you. Okay. Yeah, okay. Number 13, isn't it? Or 12? 13.
Due to ignorance and stupidity, kings without any basis denigrate others, commit transgressions, and ravish their wealth and loved ones. All selfish, evil actions of deluded wrong activity. May I increase compassion to tame every one of them.
Yes. So we have to train our mind. We don't expect everybody perfect. No way. We have to expect people do very unfair things. People do very ignorant things. You should prepare all the time. That doesn't mean you don't trust anybody. You are so negative. This is not negative. This is understanding people's limitation. So then the ignorance, what they do, they accuse you baseless things. They accuse you something never exists. They accuse you, not only accuse you, but they take away your wealth, your beloved ones, your girlfriend, boyfriend, they take away. Your money, they take away. They're jealous with you for no reason. No reason means you can't see the reason. Of course, they have their own reason. Whatever do incredible things do, we have to train our mind. Maybe difficult to you. Love them more, maybe difficult. More sympathetic. Одоо бүр
More
хамгаас илүү
sympathy.
өргөдүүл зохих амьд чинь тэд юм шүү дээ.
to aiming for more love.
Илүү
How that happened? How
хайрлах.
more love? You
Бүр
know,
илүү хайрлах хэрэгтэй.
sometimes, if the incredible good parents, the right culture,
За зарим үед маш зөв
let's say mother
сайн
have
эцэг
5 children, one is very, very bad. Sometimes the mother does want to love more. Love more means love also different, okay?
хүүхдэд
I think
хамгийн хайртай байх нь
our
байдаг
Western
шүү дээ.
love and our meaning of love may be different. Because Western
заримдаа маш
love
сайн
is,
хүүдээ
we say, oh, I don't love myself, which means I'm not really attract myself. I not really proud myself, right? Love is like that, isn't it? But in our culture, is not love is not like this. I love you means I care about you, really care. Huh? I do anything for you because I care. It's not I attract you, that's why I'm doing. Of course, there's some degree of attraction possible. But the main drive is not the attraction. I love you means not the main drive is not attraction. It's more caring. So that's why the 5 children, the worst one, why I love more, why care more, because this one is terrible, wrong. So that's why I care more. So our mind we have to train this way. You know, some people doing very bad things. I'm not expecting everybody you can do very quickly. Okay, but we know this is the way to go, way to train it. Why? Because then you build in actually strength, strength our mind and our heart. Huh? You are not affected by unfairness. Everything. Your compassion is indestructible. That's what you try to do it, right? So that's why you're going to enlighten, not that one I'm going to enlighten. But if you're not capable of that and you had them, I mean, you harm yourself, right? You had them as, oh, then you are just become one of them. Almost, maybe not exactly, but the same direction. That's why. May I tame this? Tame means you can tame with no reaction. Or you can tame with action. You have to think about which one better. Sometimes somebody do bad for you, you do nothing. Then maybe this one, if it's a little bit intelligent, they realize, oh my God, I've done so many bad things to him, but he doesn't do anything to me. He doesn't be revenge. He doesn't revenge. Oh my God. So then he maybe love you, then he maybe cherish you. But some of them, so ignorance, so thick ignorance. If you don't do nothing, then they think, oh, I'm doing the right thing. So that one you need really crush them. But crush with you care. Your primary purpose to train them. That's why you crush it. But you have to check your mind properly, otherwise you just crush them with head. Then you just become doing the same thing. But if you can crush them with, crush means you defeat them. You defeat them with your love and care. That means you can tame them. Then you explain what happened. Do you know how this is wrong? You're doing it wrong. That's why this is happening to you. Do you understand?
Okay, I watch you next. What you do? Then you have become a good, I reward you. But if you do this bad again, then I defeat you again. Maybe possible. Maybe possible you tame them. Even animals can tame that way. So human beings, why not?
Ер нь бол одоо тэднийг номхруулах гэдэг амьтныг бол номхруулдагтай адил.
Okay. So then number 14.
За дараачих нь
Henceforth, within the
Тиймээс
6
өдөр шөнийн
sessions of a
цагт
day
6
and night,
удаа
may I be
хоёр
filled
чуулганы
with the
далайг
ocean of the
дүүргэн
two
байж
accumulation.
хамаг амьтныг
May all
бурхны
beings
хотод хүрэх
establish
үе
Buddhahood,
амгалан
so
энгийн
that
давхар
even
бүхэн арилах
figuring
болтугай.
signs of undesired obstructions to peace are nowhere to be found.
So the last one, I forgot one thing. So tame means if you can tame now, that's the best. But even you cannot tame them now, you have to have a prayer and dedicate. One day I can tame them.
Тэдгээр хүмүүсийг
You
одоо
know,
төрөвчтэй
with
нэмж хэлэхэд
good
одоо
motivation.
номхруулж чадах юм бол
This
сайн.
kindness
Одоо номхруулж
motivation.
чадахгүй бол та
You have to
тэдний
do that.
төлөө ерөөл тавих хэрэгтэй.
So that's why Bodhisattvas, remember, Buddha's Bodhisattvas, even like mosquitoes, they're eating their blood and drinking their blood, everything.
Таны цусыг сорж байгаа шумуул байхад
Few eons later, eon after, they have become disciples, remember? That's why the Buddha's Bodhisattvas, if you make good connection, of course, the best. But even a bad connection, better than zero connection. That doesn't mean you made bad connection. Doesn't mean you have no experience with the karma. Okay, don't misunderstand. You will experience karma. You go to hell or hungry goes to whatever. You have to experience, but not that just alone. And then one day after you pay the debt, then you can make the connection, good connection. So you have to pray that way. This kind of very foolish people. Okay. So here's so why 6 times a day and night? Because 24 hours divide 6, how many hours?
24 цагийг 6-д бахаар
4. So yeah, 4 hours. So always the commandments and if you break the vows and everything, 4 hours if you remember is the best. Best time to repair. Okay. The last thing, if you not sleep with this broken vows, before sleep, you purify is the best. Second best. But if you live too long, more heavy and heavier. That's why always make if you 6 times remember is the best. That's what I'm saying here. So 6 times, at least 6 times 24 hours, 6 times if you remember accumulation marriage, purifying, broken vows or anything, make sure it did broke. Did I break anything? If just in case I did, then you just do some refreshing. Means you can take again. Party boxer wise, you can't take, but Bodhisattva vows and tantra vows you can take yourself. Not exactly same level of with holy objects, holy beings, with Lama, teacher, empowerment. Not same exactly, but still you can do it some degree. That's why. If this, then you always accumulate in marriage. So that means you have no obstacles. If you remember 6 times, then you have no obstacles for enlightenment. Means that. So may I can do that. Yeah. Okay. Number 15, isn't it?
шаардлагатай байгаа. Тэр бүх саадыг инжаарлах болтугай.
In all conditions that favor the practice of
Ариун
holy
номын
garment have been
авлага болох
assembled.
үеийн зохимжит
By
нөхцөл.
that undefiled highest virtue,
Үнэхээр
may
буйг
we
дээдийн
who now are
чуулганыг
defiled,
төгсөж,
experiencing not
цагтаа
even little
өчүүгдэж
suffering
зовлон
at the time
уламсан
of death,
төгсгөлийн
bring to
зэргийн гурван
completion the
лагшин
path of the
эзэн
Kayas,
шидсэнтийг
the
хэвшээх
royal throne
болтугай.
itself.
Okay. So no obstacles for Dharma are very important. That's why we always need Dharma protector, dakas, dakinis, everything because of that. If you have that, then the dirty merit and then pure merit, all this power of this, very important, not huge pain when you are dying. Why? Because this is huge obstacle. You know, if you have huge pain and the death, then it's a big Dharma obstacle because you cannot concentrate. What you have practiced. Physical pain, nobody can deal, you know, unless you are really, really incredible high. That's why we always need prayer. May I have no obstacles for Dharma, especially the death. Okay? But if we peacefully die, then it should be better. Should be much better. Because the close to death, karma is the most powerful to what happens next birth. That's why. So what we need is the Kasum Lam just as it just is. We made the royal throne of the three Kayas. So the best one is you reach Dharma Kaya through the death becomes a condition to reach Dharmakaya. That's the best. The second best, Bardo. Bardo, if you have realized on Bardo, then you reach Sambhogakaya. So if didn't that, then the end of Bardo, you know, before rebirth, you can direct to reborn Pure Land. Yeah, that's the third best. But the most insurance is Shambhala, Pure Land. So that's I think the next verse showing. 16.
May I embody the courage of the warriors, healthy kings of Shambhala, the meditative devotion that serves them well as bodily armor, in the kunda of our conviction that the Lama is truly the Buddha blossom, as have seen Bodhisattvas, perfected power.
Okay, this was also very, very condensed and many profound things. Okay? So the best one means not talking about the highest, the best, but the most sure best is reborn Shambhala. That's why always remember the Kaki Dharma kings of Shambhala. And remember all the courage, Bodhisattva, fearless nature. As like indestructible Homa, or what you call it? Yeah. Armor, yeah. And this, when you have this, you know, basically simple way of saying is, when we have faith and devotion to the Dharma Kaki kings, that is the best. Why? Because they are the most fearless compassion. So this compassion, the love and faith, your meditation going to be increased. Meditation abilities, the concentration, you know, this how do you call it? The stabilization of meditation. Okay. So this meditation, when you have stabilized the meditation, takes you closer to the Buddha nature. So these practices, you see as your Lama as Buddha. You see as your Lama as Buddha means many ways. If you love Lama more than Buddha, that is, you can say, is you see as the Buddha. Okay? That's one way. The other way, sometimes people have kind of nyams and those things. Oh, the Lama is, like Buddha. The other was, doesn't matter anymore. What Lama do becomes for you is the number one. But you love, you cannot restrain. It's become like this. But that's, I think that's, normal people think that's silly and strange. But in Tantrayana, this works. We know that in Tibet, we have that full of this many everywhere. So we know this. The end, not the intellectual ones win, the most scholar ones no win, the most diligent practitioners not win. Who wins? The most, the loved, and the devotion indestructible. It doesn't matter if stupidly or you can say even a blind faith. Anyway, they are going to be win. They win means, do you know? What happens when you see this, you have this devotion Lama like this, then what happens? This makes activate your subtle body.
Lama бурхан болгож харах нь танд яг
that's why we say, oh, it's our law, this practice, yoga, blah, 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 blah. But this all yoga just works like exercise. Just fitness, but not go more than that. If you don't have this, incredible devotion, Lama, you don't have that the lineage, your root Lama, the lineage Lama, those things. You don't have that, then just becomes only fitness. But if you have these things, then it becomes incredible. Kanda means the bodhicitta. So bodhicitta means physical bodhicitta, the mental bodhicitta have to go work together. So physical bodhicitta means subtle body, the subtle body. Mental bodhicitta means this refined, care sentient beings, really. I said that Tibetans, some Tibet old people, lay people, okay? They're just lay people. Their whole life, they just lost and samsara like this. But then what happened in this age, they really can cry for sentient beings. Anything. This can happen. This activates your subtle level. Subtle level means when subtle level means you are, you reach into the Buddha nature. So Kandargi means increase bodhicitta means that. So when you increase bodhicitta this, then total bodhicitta means ultimate bodhicitta means Buddha nature. Okay. So that kind of talent, that is a real talent. It's not just physical Olympic talent, musician talent. This is just talent, normal talent. But this talent is exceptional talent. Okay. So number 17, please.
Mind and its objects, both relative body and matter, and enlightened phenomena are aspects of all-inclusive bodhicitta. Relying on this great secret, by the highest path of Tantra, the quick path of the four Vajras, may all these aspects be revealed as perfect manifestations of the four kayas and wisdoms.
Okay, then now become even more deeper. So Lucimus gives him. Oh, yeah, I said already that physical and the mental bodhicitta. this all activation together is called the best the Tantrayana path.
Хамтдаа ажиллаж одоо
the four Vajra means the four stages of the mind, you know. Wakened mind, wakened state, dream state, the deep sleep state, and then this intermediate we call Nyomjuk. Nyomjuk means union. So, union means have a big meaning. You can think of Nyomjuk means, okay, the small way of Nyomjuk. If I think Lama and myself, then you have just devotion, love, this feeling. And then we usually say, oh, we mix Lama's mind and my mind, blah, blah. So this you can say union. A simple way. And then the other unions, I realize emptiness, you know, it's like if it's Gelpa, always say the subjective mind and the objective emptiness together. Something like this. You always would separate the subject and object, and then you can say, "Oh, that's the union." So that means, "Oh, my mind." Simple way of saying, "Oh, my mind in an empty state." That emptiness and my mind are union. You can say that way. A simple way. I'm saying. So, and then sometimes the Tantrayana stages say, homonyomjuk, the male and female sexual union. This is the union. That just union means they're talking about. They're not talking about the physical body union, but they're talking about the union means the at least maybe the experience. Sometimes whatever, like inseparable feeling or whatever. They're talking about darkness. So then is the huge is the union talking about. I said before the inseparable empty form. Empty form is always classifies as the femininity, and then this immutable beliefs there are the masculine. The union together, you don't need any external, external consult or anything. You don't need even visualize that object or anything. It's spontaneous. So that's why the compilation practice means always spontaneously happen. It's not you visualize it with your conception. It's go beyond conception. Something go beyond conception. That kind of union. So whether small union or big union, either way, union is one state. Okay. Deep sleep is one state. Dream is one state. Awaken is one state. Awaken means normal waken. Like now, we are not sleeping. So each one have different practices for Vajrayana. Okay. But all first you have to learn an awakened state. We start from awakened state. And then we practice it, then we know, slowly we know, okay, now I know how to practice in my dream. Now I know how to practice my deep sleep state. The deep sleep state is the most high. So that's why, again, have to become automatically. You can't do anything in deep sleep state. They have to come automatically. So that means automatically come these conditions, of course, you have to make with your waking state and then your dream state. Yeah. And your union state. Those things you have to make. Okay. These things become the condition to become ultimate deep sleep state. That's what we call the luminosity, which means the deep sleep state, you can have huge, what do you say, experience. Huge experience. You are directly with Buddha nature experience. That's but that's you can't teach all do this. Not is learn and process. Something can happen. It's not or do this instruction, machine instruction. No like that. Okay, so then oh yeah. 4 kayas. Kayas is also confusing, but it's easy. You don't confuse. You can make 2 kayas, 3 kayas, 4 kayas. Okay. But so 2 kayas means 2 kayas means Dharmakaya and Rupakaya. Rupakaya means different types of meditation together called Rupakaya. Okay. So then Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, Nirmanakaya better because Sambhogakaya and Nirmanakaya is not same level, so that's why they separate. They both Rupakaya. Then 4 kayas we're talking about, they just Dharmakaya makes 2 parts. That's all. It's not that difficult. But here 4 kayas become more poetic because we said 4 stages. 4 stages. So then 4 kayas. More poetic and more.
Дөрвөн төлөвт, сэтгэлийн дөрвөн төлөвт, дөрвөн лагшин. Энэ илүү одоо ингээд яруу найрагтаасаа
Savakakaya and what do you call?
Зохицолтолгойтой болж байгаа.
Yeah, Savakakaya and Dharmakaya.
No. Dharmakaya. Savaka. Somebody know?
We don't.
No. In Tibetan we call Dharmakaya, we call Shukka. Okay. When we make the 2, we say no Shukka. You have to say wisdom.
Yeah.
You have to say the natural part and wisdom part. Yeah. I name that's all. Yeah. So what is next?
За дараагийн бодол доторх
When
харьцангуй төвшний 6
conceptual relative apprehensions of the 6 families are drawn into melt the energies of the 6 modern chakras, by the 6 times 6 resulting wisdoms of great bliss, and the 36 absolute conquerors manifest.
Okay, distance very, very high. So very, very high, then we have to make short. So firstly, we are not there yet, so we actually can.
За энийг бол одоо тодруулан ярих байна уу? Бид ер нь хүрээчгүй хүртлээч хаач юм
Get
байгаа
some
шүү.
rough idea, that's good enough.
Ерөөлийн ойлголт байхад энд болох юм.
Six March. So, on relative level, we have Namtok. So, according to Kalachakra, Cholang interpretation.
Жанангийн урсгалын цагийн хүртний тайлбарласнаар бол
the concept is the root of samsara.
За
So these made six
бидний бодол
realms.
бол одоо сансрын үндэс.
Okay, different concept made different realms. Six
За,
different
бодол дотор
concepts
өөр
made
өөр орнууд үүсдэг.
six realms.
Тэгэхээр ингээд 6 аймаг үүсэж байгаа.
So when we are practicing Vaja Yoga, what we do is
Очиж
These conception-
йогыг дадуулахад
propensities already made one, and as making now present, all of them in six chakras, different the six yogas practice in six chakras.
6 йог
That doesn't mean first yoga
Important.
only one focus, everything in zero practice. Not that. You practice together, but one is more focused.
За ингээд 6
that's
йог
why
6 хүртэн
Every
ингэж
focus,
ажилласан. Тэгээд
the simple way,
нэг нь зэрэг. Тэгэхээр нэг
simple way
нь
to
устдаас арай
say
илүү
is
хүчтэйгээр
every chakra dissolving that type of conception.
За тэгэхээр яг тэр үеийн тухайн үеийн тэр
The
бодол
conception entities.
6 хүрдэн хайлж
So then if you make inside the categories, then each
дотор нь
six
хуваагаад
have
үзэх юм бол
six. So then the 36 Buddhas
36 бурхан
in six yogas.
6
So 36 Buddhas in
in
six each. So these six Buddhas
энэ 6
are the end gain, the fruition of the practice of the six yogas.
6
So
йогийг
inside you break
дадуулахын
6, then
эцсийн
36.
зорилго бол энэ 6 бурхан юм.
So this don't want to. This is absolute Buddhas. We're not talking about the manifestations.
За
Okay.
энэ бол одоо төвлийн
Yeah.
бурхныг ярьж байгаа.
The next
Төвлийн
one,
6 бурхан. Бид
19.
харьцангуй төвшний бурхныг, хувилгаан бурхныг яриаг байна.
In this life or the next, after being born in Shambhala, may we in this world know the glorious
Энэ
dawn
дэлхийд
of the
хоёр дахь
second
алтан
golden
нэрний
age.
цогийг
May the
бадарсан
power
бидэн
ripen within
амьтныг
us
залуурдах хүч
quickly
бидний
guide
сэтгэл
us
өтөр
to glories
боловсон
of peace and
амгалан
happiness
зохицол
that
аз
were
жаргал
denied to us
харин одоо
before.
гэрэлтэх болтугай.
Okay. Tartanya tamang hambalar kolali zogdanani bikhwar. Newton den bi nu sudaglamen ngon med jivdi khwarian den nuko. So okay, this verse you have to focus because this verse
За энэ үгийг бол бид төвлөрөлтэйгээр унших хэрэгтэй.
I
Сайн
not
тунгаан
focus
байж.
like in tradition and not 100% like tradition.
За би
Because
бол одоо
tradition is a,
уламжлал текстэнд
Oh,
өгсөн
this such and such
яг тэгж
year.
дагах бол би дуртай биш.
The Karki Ruda Chakran come and then
Тэгээ
destroy
зөвгнөл
all bad
одоо
ones, and then we have golden age.
Раудра чакри Шамблын арма дагуулan ирж
So
энэ далтан
I
нэрнийг
say,
дахин байгуулна гэж байдаг.
yeah, okay, that's all good, but
За тэр
What
бол
Buddha
сайн
said.
л та тэгтээ
did Buddha say we have to think of the big picture of Buddhist teaching, not
Бурхан
just
багшийн
focus
сурсныг
one.
бид одоо өргөн хүрээгээр
So
хараад
if
үзэх
we
юм бол
focus on the old Buddha's big teaching,
Бурхан
did
багшийн
Buddha
сургаалыг
say,
нийлэнхүйд наваад
I
үзэх юм бол
show the path,
Бурхан багш
and you
зүгээр
practice,
бидэнд замыг нь л зааж
you liberate yourself?
тэрнгүүр
Did
бид
Buddha say that,
өөрсдөө
or Buddha say, you
бид
do
өөрөө
nothing,
өөрсдийгөө аварна.
wait for me, one day I come and liberate you.
Бурхан багш
I'm
хизээч та
talking about the
бүхэн
entirety of Buddha's
намайг
teaching, okay?
би нэг өдөр очиод та бүхнийг аварна
So
гэж
that's why I
хэлэв.
think if we just read this, it contradicts
Тэгэхээр
the
одоо
majority of
бид
Buddha's
зүгээр
teachings.
ингээ
Okay?
хүлээгээ суух юм бол Бурхан багшийн сургаалтай зөрчилдөж байна гэж
So that's
үзэж
why
байгаа.
I say
Миний
either
хэлж байгаагаар
now or in the future,
одоо юм уу ойрын ирээд
may I born in Shambhala.
би
Why?
ирээдүйд Шамбалт
I
төрөх
can
болтугай.
liberate, firstly, I can liberate myself in one lifetime. So I can liberate all sentient beings very soon. But along the way, also I can liberate many, because I am going to become very fast path in Buddha, Bodhisattva in Shambhala. So either way, either I die before golden age or after golden age achieved on this earth. Either way, my mission is become the transform this earth, this humanity to golden age. Why? Because if I focus to transform this humanity as a golden age, that huge condition, I will be born Shambhala after my life, even higher Bodhisattva. So that means I have even more capacity to do our sentient beings, help sentient beings. But also, if I die, doesn't matter with this aspiration. If I die tomorrow, doesn't matter. I will go on Shambhala anyway, because I have this aspiration. So then when Shambhala, I can manifest and help this earth golden age anyway. So that's why. This kind of attitude, this kind of attitude or this kind of power in our mind, the most important. I not to pray. If I pray Buddha, I don't say, please liberate me. I say, this is a very unrealistic expectation and to not match Buddha's teachings. But I say, please, can I have this power? Because I want it. I want it. Then Buddha always say he can help, but he cannot do for you, right? So the same as we, doesn't matter the how parents, your parents, how rich send you perfect school. You have to study. If the parents send you the best school, but you study nothing, you never pay attention. What happens? So same thing. So Buddha never said he can't help. He definitely help. That's why he enlightened. But Buddha cannot do for us 100%. We have to do ourselves. That's why sometimes I feel Buddhists also, sometimes I feel like they are not matching with Buddha's teachings. They become like Christian or God believers, like God believers, oh, God do for me, God do for me, everything God. Up to God. So, Buddha said it's not up to him. So that's why. The golden age is not something we should wait. We should have this aspiration today or tomorrow. We should have today instead tomorrow. That's so that's why. So if I have this, then I can, this transformation this earth never had before. The golden age means not like something in the past we're talking about golden age, not that. It's not talking about different culture, talk about golden age time, not talking about that. It's something never had. Perfect peace and harmony, zero obstacle practice dharma, never had before. So I want that one. That courage in our heart is priceless. Really, really priceless. That's okay. Next tragedy.
First, second age, golden age. What is that, and what is the second golden age?
Huh?
The question is, what is
golden age and second golden age?
what was the first golden age?
The first golden age, the Buddhas have a theory, Buddhist theory. You never read? Buddha had theory. You never read? I written in my book. The Buddhists, but Buddhists have theory different than science theory. Okay, because science theory, we have become Big Bang, blah blah, and then after we become small animals, become a bigger, and then monkey, and then this up. So Buddhist theory is we born from the God realms. So that time we are much more subtle, and we are much more solar. Then we are worse to become better, worse. Now this happens. So I don't want that golden age. Now the second golden age we never had before. Okay, so that's Kalachakra Tantra, and the king of the Tantra predicted. If you don't believe Buddha, then it's a different story. But if you, as long as you believe the Buddha, and as long as you especially believe that the most definitive kin Tantra, if you believe, then we have to follow what he said. Yeah.
I understand now. Thank you.
May all who relate to us, whether their actions are good, bad, or neutral, by that be connected with virtue, so that all their subsequent actions become auspicious seeds of excellence. May all these beings attain the great purity that is the level of perfect Buddhahood.
Okay, this number 20 is we already almost explained. And so anybody connect with us virtues, good way, or even the bad way, all of us become causes connecting virtues and the future for them. Before we said, remember, even somebody in bad connection, and they have to experience the bad karma, but eventually they becomes that connection of good. So that's we do in prayer here. So why Buddha, the Bodhisattvas, if you made bad connection, still it's eventually become a good, because they had that prayer. That's why. So that's why we also do that. Yeah. So that means this propensity arise in the future, and then they also can reach the Bodhisattva path and then eventually Buddha path. Okay, the next one.
The nature of dharmas, the absolute self, has no faults of contradiction. By what infallibly rises in the interdependence of the relative, as the two boundless accumulations of the conquerors and their children, the power of a pure incarnation. May that same ultimate ripen as the fruition.
So now we did all prayers, right? All the excellent prayers, everything, we nothing left. That's why I'm saying this is very important to memorize, because we nothing left. Anything good things, nothing left. We said everything. So now, what make this the prayer be powerful? Okay. This last verse shows everything become powerful. Okay. So what that power is? The first power. So the dharmata, the ultimate truth, absolute truth, is Gandhatara, means non-contradiction, anything. That means red can be white, red can be blue. Can be anything. No limitation. The relative truth of red cannot be blue, and blue cannot be white, no possible, right? So the opposite. That means that shows all perfect, everything perfection, anything you like. That Buddha nature we have to understand conceptually, something like that. So that's also we have to understand. We are. It's not something else, somewhere else, something else. we have to run now, right here. Our deepest truth. That's why we should call me or self. That's what everybody talking, or soul or spirit or self or whatever. Making different names. Doesn't matter what you call name. There have to be something. Otherwise, what are we working for? If nothing, absolutely nothing, then what are we working for? So, yeah. So that one is powerful. Why? Because the absolute truth already perfect. That's why we can win this imperfection. But absolute truth is not already perfect. How can we win this imperfection? Okay, so that's the one we remind that powerful one. Okay, Chuchen stemder, Hemet gam scherm tooth. Chuchen means the relative truth, the all relative phenomenon is interdependent. Impermanent. But that's good for us. Why? Because they're impermanent. If they're permanent, we can't change them. We can't win from it. We can't conquer it. They're impermanent. They're interdependent. That's why if we make the right cause and condition, then we're going to win. Then we can liberate it. That's what I'm saying. That's the power of this relative truth. Then another power is Jartan Yati. So all the Buddhas, the children, incredible accumulation. Remember the children? Remember who is the children? Now you should remember in the future, never forget, okay? So they did incredible accumulation. All of them they dedicate for liberation or sentient beings. So that means include us. We are included. All Buddha's dedication. So that's why it's powerful. So the father power is my sincere. My sincere. I emulate him, you know, the Buddha and the Bodhisattva. And I pray only the truth, not something untruth. You know, we want the truth. That's why we should be win. There's no way not win. So that's why this all powers very important. These powers. Whenever you do prayer, you have to have that power. Okay. So that's it. Okay. Any questions?
How would you like us to memorize this, Richard, in Tibetan or in English or in our native language?
I think whatever you like. I don't care. I don't care what language you use. Probably your own language is easier. So whatever. Yeah, I think really everybody try your own language maybe. Okay. Your own language. If you can learn 3 languages. English, Spanish, Chinese, Vietnamese. But at least one language, please. And we maybe should make something who's win first. Memorize first. Maybe website. I don't know what we should do. Should we do competition or we not compete? Not compete. But we can compete. Good motivation. Good motivation. Good not ego motivation, but we can compete. You know, like. Good motivation. Good example.
Хин сайн цээжлэх вэ гэдгээр бид өөрсөлтөө зохиож болно шүү дээ, тэмцээн зохиож. Гэхдээ яг хөө тийм муу сэдэлтэй тэмцээн биш.
Commentary. Yeah, commentary together my teachings and the other times also I teach this all together. Some people can make commentary in your language again. That's good.
Dirty Morris. What the dirty Morris? What's that?
Oh, she wants to understand the dirty merits more.
За
Dirty
ингээд одоо
marriage.
She didn't understand. She
зөвхөн
wants to
буян
understand
гэж
what they are.
ойлгохгүй дахиад асууж байна.
If
Зөвхөн
you
буян гэж юу
see
хэлээд байгаа вэ?
yourself Caroline, no any other Caroline, this is just Caroline, and then you make it married, that dirty marriage. But if you see Caroline is not real, but you see Buddha nature, then you make married, then it's pure marriage.
За ингээд хоосон чанарыг
But the dirty
оноогүй
marriage,
байх
I said, it's
үедээ
still we
бидний
need it.
хийж хурааж байгаа
Very,
буян
very
бол
needed.
одоо
So very important.
ариун буян биш юм аа.
Is there any guidance
Ариун
from
бус.
Shambhala about the golden age? Or
Хэрцсэн буян
something we're doing
гэхээр
wrong?
их
Or
муухай сонсож
is there any
байгаа бол
guidance
ариун
or
бус юм уу?
direction from Shambhala?
Хоосон чанарыг онсны дараа хийж байгаа буян, онцоод хийж байгаа буян бол
Rinpoche, did the Shambhala kings or anybody tell us anything to do for the golden age? Like guide us, teach us what to do, how to make it? Or we just come up
нэг
now
зааварчилгаа
with
ярьж байгаа
this,
юу гэсэн асуулт байна.
make up ourselves.
You could say no and you could say yes because you
Үгүй
could
гэж
say
хэлж
no
болно,
because
тийм ч гэж хэлж
there's
байна.
no teaching something. Oh, when you are 21st century, you should do this. These people, they don't have that teaching, okay? But in general, all Buddha's teachings, all Bodhisattvas teachings,
За ингээд одоо яг 21-р зууны үе яг энэ одоогийн хүмүүс зориулаад
all of them
ийм
is
сургаал
matched
гэсэн тийм
what I
айл
said
сургаал
today.
тэдний зүгээс
All
байхгүй.
is
Зүгээр
matched.
яг бүхний
Nothing
сургаалыг нэгэнхүйд нь аваад үзэх юм бол
So that means,
энэ бол одоо байгаа гэж хэлж болно.
yeah.
Бидэнд
So,
одоо зам нь
but
байгаа.
that's why I'm saying even the traditionally, I see is a limitation, the interpretation. Just wait.
Тэгэхээр
So
энэ
it to me is not make sense because if we have to wait, then it's
яг
400 years.
үргэлжлэн авах юм бол бид одоо
But everything is
Суугаад
impermanent, change anytime.
хизээ
So
ирнэ гэж
include
хэлэхгүй.
karma.
Тэгэхээр
Karma,
нөхцөл
You
шалтгааныг нь
you
бүтээх
could
юм
be
бол
karma die 1 year,
бүх юм
but then you
харьцангуй
make
учраас
married everything, then you not die. Remember, karma changes. So
Үеийн
then, if we have only
цаг үргэлж
karma
өөрчлөгдөж идэг шүү дээ.
and
Тэдэн
400 years
онд
later,
болно
why
гэсэн
we
юм
can't
тэр
change karma
он ч
now?
гэсэн яагаад
Why
цаг
we
мөч
can't
бүхэнд
have 10
бидний
years?
нөхцөл өөрчлөгдөж байгаа
There's no
үстэй.
reason. There's no reason no can't change. According to Buddha's teachings,
Бурхан багшийн сургаалаар бол ерөөсөө өөрчлөгддөггүй юм гэж
the
энэ
broad view
ашиглаж
of
байна.
look at the whole Buddha teachings, then is this way. Is
Бурхан
the
багшийн сургаалыг
the most
яг
beneficial way.
тэр нь аваад үзэх юм бол
I have one more
бидэнд бол
question.
одоо
So,
заасан зам нь
You
байна
said
гэж
the mind is so powerful that we can only not create our reality, but influence people. Is it possible by any chance that one mind can influence a lot of situations and a lot of karma? Can one mind change a lot of influence, a lot of karma in a town or in a city?
Not totally yes, because one mind is powerful means you can change your own existence. Definitely you
За
can
ингээд
transform
нэг хүний
your
сэтгэл бүхнийг
situation,
өөрчилж болохгүй юу гэсэн асуулт байна.
your existence with your
Нэг
mind.
хүний сэтгэл
That
бол
definitely.
тухайн хүнийхээ
And also your transformation can
Таны
inspire
хувирал
many people around you.
одоо
And then
иргэн
their
тойрны олон хүмүүс
transformation, they
урам
can
зориг төрүүлж
inspire much more people, and that way.
За
But if you will say somebody see nothing and just say, oh, on my mind, change everybody's mind, that's a little bit hard.
за ингээд хүн
Why hard? Because everybody
би
has
хамаг
own
хүмүүсийн
karma.
санал бод сэтгэлийг өөрчлөнө гэд ингээд суух юм бол тэр бол маш амаргүй зүйл баг та.
So if a person meditates, can he contact Shambhala or can he be contacted from Shambhala? Is there anything like that?
Anything possible. Anything possible.
За нэг хүн одоо
Some
бисуулаараа
people can
ингээд
see
Shambhala
Shambhala physically. You just walk in there and then you see Shambhala there. Incredible. And then, oh, wow. And then
ер нь бол болохгүй юм
later
гэж
on,
бүгд болно.
again,
Болохгүй юм гэж
simplest.
юу байхгүй.
That happens. And some people meditate, then went to Shambhala. Some people sleep, then went to Shambhala.
Зарим
Shambhala,
хүмүүс
the
бяцлагаараа
whole sense, I have many stories.
зарим хүн
I
унтж
collected
явахдаа
this year.
зорчсон.
I wrote it in Tibetan, but not English yet.
За тэр талаар бол би одоо төвд хэл дээр ном бичсэн, англи дээр гараагүй байгаа.
if we're really intent on manifesting a golden age here on earth, what are some ground rules for ethics? Like how, like, we talking about 10 years or 8 years. I think a few weeks ago you said by 2030. That brings to mind very quickly like the scope of change that needs to happen, right? Would be to borrow from Christianity, biblical in proportion. So the question is like what are the ethics involved in transforming this world into a golden age?
Is asking is there some sort of ethical discipline that we need to follow to transform it?
So, I think we have to understand one thing is spiritual goals and normal goals is not same. Because normal goals, I think in the modern time, the more professional way, you have budget, right? You have budget and then you have plan, and you have fixed plans, you have fixed budget and time, deadline, blah, blah, blah. That works, right? Spiritual plan never works that way. Never. If you do that, I can make worse. Make worse. So what you have to do, spiritual goal, anything possible, anytime. The worst scenario, I'm never going to disappoint it. The worst one, we never disappoint it. But you always try the best. Make sure I never disappoint. You find a way, never disappoint. The worst thing. Spiritual part works that way. That means, in other words, you expect nothing. You expect nothing. Because you know you are 100% in the right direction. So that's why you expect nothing. Why you expect nothing? Because you know this complex spiritual part is complex. Because you know the innumerable universe and everything, innumerable everything, innumerable karma, innumerable everything, you know innumerable. So that's why we never make expectation innumerable. Okay, but you have confidence and faith and your direction. That's why I think spiritual works. That's why I'm saying. I say we best hope to 2030. We can say 2030, the fast golden age. At least 2050, 50. 50 is some kind of like, quite late, but it's okay. we have to aim for like that. But before I die, what happens? I have no regret, zero regret, because I said in that prayer, I make the right condition. So you will be in Shambhala. Why you no regret? Because you will be Shambhala. Because you have that motivation to transform this golden age. So that's why you guarantee you're in Shambhala. When you are Shambhala, you have much more capacity. And you can manifest back to the, you can do even more.
Can I ask them online? Does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
In line with what you just responded there, I have heard in other Zorьson teachings the phrase instant enlightenment. And so as we go on a path of spirituality, how can we prepare ourselves to receive great wisdom suddenly?
There's no one instruction you can do this, everybody. Not possible. Zorьson is very nice because they are poems. Zorьson is like a poem. Poem, they said the best thing, right? The most beautiful thing you say. That doesn't necessarily match to the reality. written poem says the match to reality. Maybe Tibetan poem different, I don't know. Tibetan poem we have like a Tonjan Surga. We have the 35 different Vedic verses traditionally. Okay, of course, non-traditionally you can make anything, but traditionally we have 35 set examples. So some of them Raptak Gidyan. Raptak Gidyan means you can say anything. You can say, you are elephant. You can say anything. You can say you are truck, or you can aeroplane, or you can say you are nuclear weapon, or you can say anything. Yeah. So the poem is become different, or you can say anything. You don't, oh, this is not true. You can't say that because poem, you know. So like that. Dzogchen is very poetic, you know, always incredible poetry. Yeah. So I'm not saying the Dzogchen says not true. I'm not saying that, but you can't match 100%. Okay. Necessarily it's a poem. Like poem. So yeah. So I don't know. This is an English poem like this.
Well, it can be exaggerated.
Yeah.
Like romantic poems or depression, like really exaggerations.
Yeah, Dzogchen is the Jibson Taranatha say that the Venson, the three oscillation, the Kalachakra 3 oscillation is, he said, Dzogchen and Mahabuddha, and the most high one, the equal, and that practice, but not poem, not poem, just say the reality, you know. So that's why it sounds not maybe less than percent, but it's same. And then he said the 6 yogas cannot match with all those. So that makes sense because it's experiential, you know, experiential. That's why. So the instant, or also the instant enlightenment, that also is not only Dzogchen, there is an Kalachakra, you know, in our Ngondo, you know that? The Lama, you give me the instant, blah, blah. Something like that. You have that in the Ngondo, before the mandala. Before the mandala, you homage guru, you have that. So that means one possibility, you cannot think everybody. Yeah. One in the humans, you have 3 heads or something, 2 heads, but not everybody. So same thing. Okay. Any question?
One more question. It's a little important and deeper, but I'm curious about it. So in Kalachakra Tantra Mandala, I actually read about it, and it talks about different levels that mandala is made of. So like goes from gross to subtle and to the subtlest. And the scholar who was explaining it, he was saying the idea was something like what is the outside is the inside within, and what is within is the other.
Yes.
So the other was referring to, I think, the mandala.
The other referring enlightened realm. Yes, the external means the universe, the stars, and planets, and then this correlation in our individual person, everybody has, and then this one when it is purified, and then or you can say go beyond that, then is enlightenment, the Buddha nature.
Yeah, I thought it was like something we could influence our environment.
Yes. Yeah, that's very special about Kalachakra. Yes. Okay.
Rinpoche asked some online questions.
Yeah.
We have the same confusion around merit that we had in New York. So the question is the confusion around, like how do I, if I'm making merit and accumulating it, how do I accumulate it myself if I'm dedicating it to other people?
Oh yeah.
Right. And then what if I just keep can I just keep the merit, or do I have to give it away, or how does that even work? Why would I want to?
Yes. This is a very important question. I think many people are confused. So merit is you don't focus merit, you don't focus merit. You just aware anything I do selfless, anything I do even not selfless 100%, but as long as it benefits others, not just myself, or even for myself, doing something but for eventually the indirectly purpose of others, then you automatically merit. That's one thing. Second thing, your biggest merit is not dependent. Your merit is not going to increase if you dedicate others. Instead, your merit is increase. Yes, increase if you dedicate others, not decrease. Okay. Your merit is how much increase, how big your aim. How big your dedication, how big your motivation. That's why we always say, oh, such investment. Maybe some other people think, oh, this people crazy. They cannot look after themselves, but they're still talking about, ascension beings. So I heard also some people say, oh, Buddhists worship the false gold. That's why all Buddhist countries have trouble, always have trouble. Last time Vietnam had trouble, and after Tibet have trouble, blah, 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 blah. So I heard that, But this is it's totally different than material. Material is if you divorce and then become each one have become smaller, get smaller. But the opposite, if you dedicate bigger, and then is merit bigger. So that's why Buddha is enlightened. We are still not enlightened because of that. So then the opposite. Yeah.
Another question, is there a difference between Tantra and Vajrayana?
No differences, only named a different aspect according to aspect. Because Tantra means the path continuity. Why they call continuity? Because Tantra, if you really practice Tantra, then everything becomes a path. So then it's no break, If you Tantra or you do and then I do that is you have up and down, basically you have up and down, because this is path, this is normal, this is neutral, this is non-virtues, this is virtues, this is poison, this is medicine, yeah. But in Tantra, everything is medicine. If you know how to practice, that's why continuity. So they show that aspect called Tantra. Okay? But Vajrayana means Yana means vehicle. Vehicle means you can carry things. So that's why called Hinayana vehicle, Mahayana vehicle, Vajrayana vehicle. So vehicle and indestructible vehicle. Vajrayana vehicle is indestructible vehicle. So everything they content many things they can carry. So yeah, same meaning.
Rinpoche, is it true that we can only realize enlightenment because we encountered or met a real Buddha in the past, and that Buddha gave us the seed for enlightenment, and because we met that Buddha in the past, now we have like potential through that Buddha's power to reach enlightenment?
No, it's not Buddha gave us seed. No, we have our truth is Buddha.
Бидний үнэн мөн чанар бол
absolute Buddha. So we are just little lost, just like dream. You are living a seven-star in hotel, your wedding day, perfect day, and then you went to bed, and then you have not meal, small not meal. And you little lost in the dream, but you are in the perfect seven-star hotel.
Маш муухай хартаар зүтлээ гэж бодоход сэрэж та тэрийг зүүд байж тээ гэж мэдэн шүү дээ.
Even honeymoon, you can be a little bit lost in the dream, yeah? You can have not meal, possible.
Тэгэхээр зүүдэндээ төөрцөн л явж байгаатай л адилхан гэсэн үг байхгүй.
Okay. There's only one or two more questions left. Rinpoche, is there a connection between awareness and emptiness? Yes.
Depends what you awareness, like when we say Paramadyo awareness and the great emptiness Buddha nature same. But it's just the awareness, depends what you are aware.
And so Rinpoche, is there a connection? What is the connection between the 5 poisons and the 5 Buddha families?
Because 5 Buddha families, they are super jealous, super anger, super desire. Super means that they. You just call. You can call. For them, is you can call poison or doesn't matter. Medicine or gold or the dirty or whatever you call. The reality is just perfect. That's why. Doesn't matter if we are perfect. Then we. So I can tell you, the most expensive car can kill you. If you don't know how to drive, it can kill you. Is that car wrong? Car is any wrong?
No.
The person is wrong. It's not the car.
Хамгийн үнэтэй машин ч гэсэн та хэрвээ жолоо
Realize the jealous is wrong.
Тэр бол машины буруу
If you know how to use them, they are incredibly useful. But we don't know how to use them, then we have problem.
Бидний хоороо таван хор байгаа зүйл чинь маш хэрэгтэй багаж ч байж магадгүй шүү дээ. Бид яаж хэрэглэхийг мэдэхгүй байгаа болохоос.
Medicine is that's general medicine poison. But somebody perfectly knowing person, nothing's poison, they can make medicine. This poison they can make perfect medicine. Yeah.
Okay, and then we'll do a last question before we wrap up more. In the teaching, you were talking about the O-cell, like the clear light dream, and that being a sort of like the very good thing. This person's asking, what do they have to do to practice so that they can have these clear light dreams?
If you have heart good on the waking state, you can practice the Pramadi awareness. If you can practice very well, then happens. And when you are asleep, just happens. When you are deep sleep, that happens. Maybe not happens every day, but sometimes happens. Yeah.
I think that concludes our questions.
This concludes.
So Ryan can lead the dedication.
Dedication prayers on page 5, the motivation for teaching and practice. By all these virtuous deeds of
Ойрчуулганы хураан
accumulated
үлдсэн
may
миний
all
сайн
beings be
үлийн чимээ.
rescued from the ocean
Хамаг
of
амьтан
samsara,
өбөх төрөх
which
хөтлөг
time
өвгийн
aging,
зовлонгоор
sickness, and
тасралтгүй
death
энэсэн
impire.
сансрын хүлээснээс
May this
чөлөөлөж
merit help all beings
Уурмаг
attain
төрөлжийн
good
дайсныг
and be
дарж
victorious
төгсгээрсэн
over all the
бүхний
enemies of
өтөг
deceptive
хүрэх
obscurations.
Миний сайн
By the
үлдсэн
goodness of
сайн
what I've
буйны
just
ураар
said,
хамаг
may all
амьтан.
beings
Хорвогийн
maintain the
утгагүй
accumulation
бодлыг
of
нэн
merit
даруй
and
орчиж.
wisdom and gain the
Очирт
sacred
төлөвний утга
paths.
төгөлдөр замыг
Whatever
үлдээж
roots of virtue
бүхэн
have
хоёр
been
дагшин
accumulated
болдог.
now and throughout the future
Өнгөрсөн
times,
одоо
I
ирээдүйд
dedicate
хураасан
them
алив
here so
сайн
that
буйны
all mother-like
их
beings may
болсон
attain
6 зүйл
perfect
амьтныг
and
хүсэл
complete
төгс гэгээр
Buddhahood.
хүрэх үйлсэл
Just like the exalted ones
Баатар
Martyr
манзуу
shared in
шийдэлтэн
his
таньсан
month.
саманд бадраач түнч
Like
нэрсэн.
them, I rejoice
Агуу
in all the
тэднийг
virtues
үлгэрхэн
bestowed
дөөрэж
upon
ариун
and
буйнаа
fully
бүрэн зориулъя. Алс хойд
dedicate
насандаа
them as
ажитламаа
well.
самбуу
In future
хамсах
lives,
ба
may I never be
ариун номыг
separated from
судлах
my
хийгээ
glorious
бяцлахын
May I
жаргалаас
never be
алсаж
separated
чүү
from the
болдог
joy of
ба
practicing the
гэгэрлийн
perfect
газруудыг
Dharma.
огоод
May I
хүчснээр
accomplish all the
очиртарын
enlightened
тутагт
beauty levels
өдөр
of
хүрэх
past and
болтугай.
attain the Buddhahood of
Окторгүй хизээ
Bhagavad
хүртэл
as
оршин
long
тэр
as
хүртэл
space
би оршоо.
remains, as
Олны
long as
зовлон
beings
гарилах
exist.
болтугай.
May I
Амьтны
remain
зовлон
and
болтугай.
expel their
Амар
sorrows
амгалан
until they reach
босгод өгөх
Buddhahood.
болтугай.
May the precious renunciation
Оворлын
arise which
дээр
is not yet
сэтгэл
arisen,
төрөөгийн
and may
нэгэнд
that which is already
төрсөн
arisen
нэгэнд
not
нэс
degenerate,
төрөж
may
удамбар удам
increase.
наригдах
May the
болтугай.
precious ethical
Эдний дээр
discipline
шагшаа
arise which is
төрөөгийн
not
нэгэнд
yet
төрөх
arisen,
болтугай.
and may
Төрсөн
that which is
нэгэнд нэс
already
төрөж
arisen
удамбар
not
удам
degenerate.
наригдах болтугай.
May the
Бодийн
precious
дээр эрдний
bodhicitta
сэтгэл
arise which
төрөөгийн
is
нэгэнд
not yet
төрөх
arisen, and
болтугай.
may that
Төрсөн
which is
нэгэнд нэс
already
төрөж
arisen not
удамбар
degenerate.
удам наригдах болтугай.
May the perfect
Оосон
view of
чанарыг
emptiness
онсон
arise
морийг
which is
үлгэн
not yet
төрөөгийн
arisen,
нэгэнд
and may
нэс
that which
болтугай.
is already
Төрсөн
arisen
нэгэнд нэс
not
төрөж
degenerate.
удамбар удам наригдах болтугай.
May the precious
Амьтны
Dharma be
зовлон
respected and
амгаах
remain in
эзэм
this
амгалан
world,
бүхэн
the
гарахын
only
өмнө
medicine and the
дээдийн
cure for
номыг олох
suffering.
хийгээд
The source
хүндэх
of all
алив сайн
happiness
үйлс
is
өнөд
the
удаан
sacred
орших
Dharma.
болтугай.
By the power of
Бурхны
the three
гурван
bodies
дагшны
of the
хүчээр
Buddhas,
номын
the
эцэг
immutable
дэшгүй
truth of the
нэгчээр
Dharma, by the
уургийн
power of
салшгүй
the
болтны
inseparable
эдийн хүчээр
union of the Sangha,
миний
may
ерөөл
all our
биелэх
wishes be
болтугай.
fulfilled.
Өглөө
Just
наран
like the
тэнгэр
morning sun
тунтугай
rising in the sky,
ядуулсан бүхний
may
дээдийн
these teachings
цагаат
of the
Бурхны
unsurpassable
ариун
great
үндэс
secret of all the Buddhas
туман
spread
зүгтээ дэлгэрэн
and flourish throughout this world. Through the
Шамблийн
profound
хабацад ванрын
aspirations of
нэмэлэр
the Bodhisattva
энэ
kings
дэлхийд
of
бид алтан
Shambhala,
эрнийг
may
авчирч
we manifest the
номын олон
glory of
ахын
the
дүүсэн
second golden age
ариун
in
сахил
this
авгаа
world. May
баатарлын
all
сайн
of us,
хувийг
Dharma brothers
олгохгүй.
and sisters, come to enjoy the good fortune of our courage and
Om Swasti.
Swasti.
Угаас төрөглийн хэрэг өмнө номын дагшин. Аяараа үзэгдэх гэгэнгэлийн хэмжээш нэгүсгүй болоо бидгүүний шижиж тунгадаг ухамсар төгс ядмын дүрээр үзэгдэгч бүрүү дөхөр биднийг
Perfect
эсэхин
pristine
хамгаалдаг.
awareness of wisdom
Хоёр
and
намын
compassion
дадаамет огт
appeared
түгээрч буйны садан.
completely as the
Ялсан
body
бүгдийн
of the
хийгээд
being.
эрхэд манзуу шин
Guru
амьдралд
Kalachara,
эцдэг.
please let us
Гэгэрлийн бүх үйлсийн шидэт үзэгдэл
virtuous friend who
эгнэшгүй
into
билгүүний
darkness
эрхэм багш
transmits an
уртнаас
ocean
ч
of
удаан
wisdom,
жаргал
the
болтугай.
compassionate blessings of
Ариун
Bhakti
хангараг
and all the
өмсөн үс шиг
victor's
ариун
children
очирч
that
чавнарыг
manifest as a
ахуулбараа.
magical display
Содор
of
тарны
enlightenment
уянгат номдол
activities.
тэнгэрийн
Beloved
нурын
guide of
мэсгэн
incomparable
газрыг
wisdom,
өмдаадах
may you live
ариун
long
дормод
and
боловсруулан
healthy life.
гिचгэгч Бурхны
Endowed
домын
with
дянхан
Samayha,
цэцэрлэг
body
үеийн үед
disciples
дэлгэрч
gather like
болтугай.
clouds, roaring like thunder, the melodious sounds of sutra and tantra ring out, and the ambrosial rain that ripens at the grace voices the earth. May the great lotus garden, the Buddha's teachings flourish for all time.
За та бүхэнд баярлалаа.
Okay, so this Pumba.
We'll say goodbye to everyone online, Rinpoche.
Yeah.
Okay.